This week on the Fin Chasers, we're headed to North Carolina.
In this episode of the Fin Chasers, it's a good example of always having a plan B. Plan B for us was to do something that we talked about probably since I met Paul Bark, my producer, and that was to come to his hometown and fish for trout and spotted bass. The Fin Chasers is about a world record or a tournament. Very targeted, very specific. We raise the bar for ourselves because for me, that brings out the best in me. That juices me.
Oh my God, it's a giant. World record fish. How cool.
Never, ever, ever, ever give up.
This is Fin Chasers.
I was living my life in Tampa, minding my own business, fishing and traveling, and I got a random message asking me if I would be interested in chasing world records. Paul told me that we were supposed to be fishing for these muskie,
Right.
but I guess they started spawning.
Right.
It's kind of a different plan. We're gonna do the rainbow trout, so
Which
we
is a
really,
good thing.
yeah, I'm excited about it.
He called me and asked me to do this, and I was pumped because I'm like, you guys are wanting 20-inch fish. Now's the time to do it. I've never personally met Frank and Alissa until this shoot, so it was really nice having heard all about them, you know, in the industry with us all being guides. It was nice to meet them this trip and get to spend some time with them.
The Fin Chasers is about a world record or a tournament. Very targeted, very specific. We raise the bar for ourselves because for me, that brings out the best in me. That juices me.
Frank doesn't know that I'm here yet.
Oh, gotcha.
And I drove up kind of last minute yesterday.
Right.
Didn't even get in until close to 1 o'clock in the morning.
Nice. Sneak
And
attack.
I know, sneak attack. So he's gonna freak out because we are trying to pull a few fish out before he can even get here.
We check the records and we see that there's some women's records that are very good chances to break. One conversation on the phone and I knew this girl was gonna fit right in with us.
Fly fishing to me was always the ultimate challenge.
So the first one we're to go after is the 7X,
Okay.
2 pound. And I mean, you wouldn't believe how many people think that you can't land a big trout on this. And they laugh. Me and a lot of my friends, we fish 7X. These waters are crystal clear and these fish get spooky.
Right.
And I want something skinny in diameter that can sink fast and get to them because we fish a lot of small bugs. We land those fish, like a 20+ inch fish, in under 30 seconds sometimes. That rod is built to do this.
Okay.
You know, so you've definitely got a shot.
We want to make sure that we have the tackle that we're comfortable with and that we have set up to be able to do these world records. Because there's catching fish and then there's catching fish the world record way.
Whoa, I just saw a big flash right there. The weather started off cloudy, wasn't raining yet. We knew that it was coming. We've been looking at the radar, checking to make sure. Probably swapped out our fly, I would say at least half a dozen times, trying to figure out what they would react to. Oh, this rock isn't slippery at all. And as we started to get rained on, I felt like it actually turned on a little bit more.
There you go. Get him. Let go your finger. Let go your finger. Turn the rod to the left and just hold him. Let him do his thing. Lift him. Get him up there. Got it.
Woo! Woo! Dang! They're so pretty.
Conditions were a little tough at first, but we started changing a few things and then we made it happen. It was pretty awesome to kind of go through the problem solving and watch her get into those fish.
Oh, this rock isn't slippery at all.
Let go your finger. Let go your finger.
As it turns out, I couldn't make the first day, but that didn't stop them from fishing.
Woo! Woo! They're so pretty.
I get no respect.
Got it? 19, the longest point. Bottle on the top. 10 3/4.
And we were fishing for a bit. We tried 5, 6 different applications that usually work, and the fish were being lazy, for lack of better words. And so we come down here and spotted this and went to a size 16. It's like the first real good drift over him. You smoked him.
Oh yeah, didn't even take more than one shot. He
awesome.
wanted it for sure.
Just scaling down to that smaller bug was the ticket for sure.
Potential world record. We don't need no Frank.
Frank is not here to see this.
It kind of didn't hit me until shortly after we weighed the fish and got it released that I was, at that moment, my very first world record ever. I'm officially a world record holder. It's crazy.
Good chance that world record's in the bank.
All right,
let's go
what's
after
next?
the streamer fish.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah, let's try to get him.
You can hide where you want to. You can run where you may. But nothing on earth gonna save you.
That was awesome. I mean, it was quick. Like what? 5 minutes? That's unbelievable.
What was awesome is we were targeting a fish 10 feet above him.
What up?
It's awesome.
2 records in a row. Jeez.
Down for all those things you've done.
And by the time I made my call that afternoon to see how everything was going, they already had 2 world records.
How cool was that? How explosive was that when he took
It was unbelievable. Sorry, Frank.
Sorry,
Actually,
Frank.
I'm not sorry. At all. Not typically am I the one being guided, but in this situation, I was actually on the other side, and I had somebody guiding me. So, you know, this was completely different for me, fishing freezing cold water. I'm from Florida, you know, the water's 40 degrees here and my feet are numb, and yet these fish are still hungry, and that's crazy to me.
Put your house in order. You better get on the
You know, getting too comfortable with one style of fishing can be dangerous. I think getting out, exploring, trying new things, trying things you wouldn't think you would enjoy, come to find out you might actually learn something new and enjoy something new.
Well, Gordon, thanks so much for hooking us up, man, like this on short notice.
Absolutely. Day 2 rolls around. Frank finally shows up. I was really excited to meet him. We're gonna go outside the Cherokee fishery, which is good. That's a lot of stock fish, holdover fish. That's just like a pinch of what we have here. We have the Smoky Mountain National Park, the Nantahala National Forest, and many others. We have several million acres of protected land, and there are thousands of miles of wild trout water.
Really?
We decided that since we're here, we might as well go for some of the trout records on spin, which is not something that is typically done here as far as Gordon guides. He doesn't really guide spin fishing, but why not try it? We're here.
Awesomeness.
Just wrapping up, getting ready, and we're about to head out on the water and see if we can't catch us some world records.
For us, this is traveling light. 6 or 8 spin rods, 3 or 4 fly rods, you know, all different kinds of spin, all different tippets, but this is cool, man. Like, we are ready to go. So now it's kind of ramping up. Like, I'm getting excited about this.
Frank doesn't necessarily need guided, so what I told him, I said, here's a streamer rod. Go over there and throw this thing, quarter it sideways, give him the profile, and you're gonna catch fish.
We go out to the Tuck River. We are looking for brook trout first.
So we're going after this record with a spinning rod. I don't guide with a spinning rod. I mean, I have spin fishing experience. So this record we were going after is 2-pound test. So I'm thinking with one fly, how can I make this work? Just gonna get it, you can cast it, right?
Okay.
You're gonna watch your tip.
Okay. Watch the tip of my rod.
See the slack? Mm-hmm. You're gonna get it, you're gonna watch it. As it goes down, you're slowly gonna drop it. And if it goes under, you just pop it just like that.
Okay. God, it's so light.
Right there. Just watch it. If it goes under, pull to the left. Get it.
Ah, dang.
Keep right one.
I didn't really know a whole lot about streamer fishing or really fly fishing in freshwater in general other than bass.
Okay, tip up. A little higher. Right there.
Yeah, okay. And I had somebody kind of whispering in my ear and telling me exactly what to do and showing me the right techniques, and that was very cool to be on the other side of the spectrum for once in a while.
All right, be ready. Reach that arm out.
Get him! Called it! Yep.
Get it. That's how you do it. That's a brookie.
Come on, Frank, catch up! It's gotta be 2 pounds.
Yeah, not quite there.
Okay, if I just...
I'm gonna throw a small little egg on, a size 16 egg, because the rainbows are actually spitting out eggs right now, so these are in the river. We're gonna fish this right on the bottom. I don't have any inline spinners that only have one hook, which is the rule on these watersheds. So I was like, I'm gonna throw a single egg. There are spawning fish in the area. I put it under a strike indicator, very similar to what I would do in the fly fishing world. I want you to land right on that fast water right there. Land it 10 feet up there. Long cast, takes forever.
Yeah.
Land it right.
Right in there. Throughout the day, as we're spin fishing, I miss quite a few fish, and it's been made known to me every time by Gordon, who's standing next to me.
Oh.
Yeah, felt that.
Yummy.
God dang it.
All right, be ready. You're gonna get some. You're gonna get some love here. You're ready. It's coming. Get him. There you go. Big fish. Let go of the reel. Steady pull. Steady pull. Keep coming. Steady pull. Steady. Hold. Hold.
Holding.
Steady pull. Steady pull. Lift. Nice.
Ah, Jesus!
Nice. Nice.
2 pound, the biggest fish of the day. He's on the lightest line.
You had to be on your game with that one. 2-pound test.
See, if I can just stick the hook, I can get him.
Sweet.
So there I am, casting, catching. I'm all happy with myself. And then I hear, oh, ah, and I hear that panic moment.
Everything's happening at once. Gordon's got the fish. It's my responsibility to hold the rod and hold the net. And the fish slips away, and the camera guy turns to try to follow the footage.
He scrambles, Paul goes to move, a $35,000 camera almost goes in the water.
Gordon grabs the net from me, manages to get this fish out of the water while all of this is happening.
And like holds up, and it's a monster rainbow. 0.5 seconds, went from, it's caught, it's gone, it's caught again.
Oh my God, I'm sick to my stomach.
I feel like I'm gonna throw up. All my sunflower seeds are gonna come out of my stomach. It all ended in a pretty pretty incredible moment between all of us looking at this huge rainbow trout that we caught on a very light tippet.
I think you are secure in the spot here on the Fin Chasers. A new 2-pound line class record right there.
Right
Rainbow
there.
trout right here
Awesome.
in North Carolina. In the end, it all worked out. We think we got another world record. Everything's documented. It was the right fish, and it was released alive.
Do not go in there. We just finished our last spin record, and we know we need to change gears and possibly go for another fly record, which is something that I'm more comfortable with.
And I knew exactly where we needed to go for that. So we went back over to Cherokee, the fly fishing only waters.
We're gonna go into the Cherokee Reservation, and we're gonna fish this river that flows out of the Great Smoky Mountains.
We pack up our stuff and we hit the road to another spot. We gotta keep moving, trying to chase these records.
So here we are on the Cherokee Reservation. Pretty wild for me to make this transition from, being in New York City yesterday and then to be here fly fishing in North Carolina. We're in a beautiful spot here in Cherokee. We have another chance at the 4-pound tippet for a rainbow trout, and if she's up for it,
Which I'm totally up for it. Always.
then I think it's gonna happen. But we walk across this big, lush green field, and through this little canopy opens up to this kind of bend in this little stream, super small spot, super picturesque, beautiful.
The old saying is that trout don't live in ugly places, and I can tell you that that's true.
Trophy trout water, catch and release only. You need a special permit from the Native Americans, to fish in this spot. Like, I'm feeling very, very lucky to be in this spot.
Trying something different, we're in deeper water this time, and starting to get frustrated because we're here for a while and we're not, getting really any bites or any hits.
Right away, we could see that they're not feeding.
I can knock this record out in 10 minutes. I really believe that just by knowing the river that well. Well, it didn't work like that. Light's getting low, it's starting to get dark. I looked downriver and I could see a spinner fall coming. It looked like some blue quills and Quill Gordon spinner fall.
And if you've ever heard the term match the hatch, that's exactly what they're talking about.
We got to go down to that one little bright spot. There's a little bit more light there. I know where some fish hold on this bank, and let's go see if we can get it done. First time, same exact spot.
I just kind of wander off, stay out of everybody's way. Gordon's coaching Alissa. I remembered what Paul told me upstream. There was these little branches overhanging these little tiny pockets. Put the fly in there. I'm not really happy with it. I'm just about to pick it up and a fish boils on it. And I'm like, oh my goodness. Oh, dude! Dude, that's the biggest trout of my whole life. Never, ever, 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 ever give up. That was worth this whole trip, man. What a fish. In fact, it was the biggest rainbow that I ever caught in my life.
While I'm excited for Frank to land this huge fish, I'm looking at it thinking, that could have been my world record right there. I'm starting to feel frustrated and bummed out, and the energy is kind of crumbling for me. With a little bump from Paul to get up off my butt and go try again. I hit the other bank a little farther up from where Frank was, and I end up hooking into not one, but two massive fish.
Let go, finger, let go the finger, let go the finger. Lift the head up and drag him to me.
That right there is gonna be close.
What has it gotta be?
2.1. We might have just done it. Gordon lands my first fish. It's It's huge. That's the world record right there in the net. He yells at me, cast again, cast again. And I'm thinking, why would I do that? I have a world record right here. And he says, there's a bigger fish. Whoa, that's a big fish.
Oh, man.
Another one. Woo, that's it right there.
Oh,
We're
what
done.
a
Two
day,
big,
what a
two big fish in the net. Paul,
Right it.
you're the bomb. And in a matter of minutes, we have 2 fish in the net. The second one being even bigger than the first one.
We were leaving until I caught that big one.
Yeah.
And then we stayed with it. What a way to end the day. I mean, literally in the dark.
Yeah.
I mean, this is awesomeness. One more record for the day. 4-pound tippet fly, rainbow trout, North Carolina, with my boy Gordon. If you want to fly fish and have an awesome time, you don't have to go out west. Come right here to North Carolina. For me, biggest fish ever and 3 world records in one day. I don't think you need to say
No.
more than that.
That pretty much says it all.
And on that, we say, fin chasers, out.
Bye.